I'm Nathan Believin. I've got Lee Smith with us, the former St. Louis Cardinal, the former Chicago Cub, and here with the Mobile Super Baseball Tour. How you doing? Welcome back to Peoria.
Hey, I'm doing great, man. I enjoy coming back this area, man. It's just one of those things where you get, when you come to towns like this, it's like your home, you know, and that's why I'm like a real small town.
So much time for you in the Midwest between Chicago and St. Louis, part of that great rivalry on both sides of it. Both teams are really good right now. What part of that rivalry really jumped out to you? And I know you were part of two great baseball rivalries, but let's start with that one.
Well, I guess it got a little better for me lately because the Cubbies picking up Chapman, you know, and that was probably, if any part of the team that they needed to shore up was definitely the end of the game, not taking anything away from Rondon and Strope and the rest of the guys, but someone to have at the end of the game is a really good feeling for the whole ball club.
There can't be a whole lot of people that were part of the Cardinals and the Cubs, big rivalry in the Midwest, then part of the Yankees and the Red Sox and that big national rivalry. And you're part of both of those rivalries on all four sides.
Well, you know, the Yankee-Red Sox thing is a little more hatred.
Right, you're right, absolutely.
You know, you're not once supposed to talk to each other, but the Cardinals, I think, is more of a Cub thing. It's like a friendly, you know, bragging rights. You know, the wife is a Cub fan, the husband is a Cardinal fan.
Right.
So it's really who get to nudge each other a little more. But as for myself, being on that side, when I would go into St. Louis and they see me leaving the ballpark with Ozzie Smith, that was nothing better than going back to Ozzie's house talking about punching him out on 3 pitches, man. That was like, I was tougher on him than I was anyone else.
You talk about the Cubs side. We had a couple managers here, 2006, Jody Davis, 2007 and 2008, Ryan Sandberg, and they were a big part of that 84 season with you and that stretch in there. I know you had a lot of good times with both of them. Rhino was a prankster that I don't think a lot of people knew about until he got here. He started telling those stories when we were on the bus trips and all that good stuff. But share with us a couple stories and memories of those two guys, because I know part of big moments with you.
Well, I tell you what, man, a lot of them that Rhino, he just had that innocent face, you know, one of those, like, right. It wouldn't be him, you know, and he was the worst of all, you know, but he had this thing with Rick Sutcliffe. Every time he come in the ballpark, he has like a ritual. He went to this one spot in the dugout there, and he'd hang out. Well, Rhino come in early, and he put like alcohol, you know, down on the floor there, and he runs a little string back around into the bathroom, and Sut comes in there, and he sits down, and he's reading the paper, you know, and Rhino throws the match in this, man, and just boom, it burns like the paper out of his hand, man, and he didn't even think of anybody else. He knew what Rhino was involved in. He was back there laughing in the bathroom, but it was just like that team was not a team for me. It was my family.
Right.
And every time I get a chance to see any one of those guys, you know, even I try to even find some of our bench players like in Thad Bosley, you know, and Richie Hebner, a lot of guys that don't get any credit for what that ball club did. And we had a really good bench and a good bullpen.
Then after the Red Sox, you go to St. Louis, early 90s, 47 saves one year, 43 each of the next 2 years, and some career highs for you, and second in the Cy Young voting in 1991, and probably your best overall season when you look back at that 1991 year in St. Louis.
Well, I tell you what, it was some good times there, you know. I actually pitched more for Joe Torre
right.
than I did, you know, and Joe Torre was one of those guys, I think, that would put that added incentive on you, I mean, because he looked like one of those guys that, like, kill a whole family and go have a big breakfast. He just had that look on his face, man. You want to make sure you don't end up in Joe Torre's, you don't end up in his office after the game, man. So, but it was just one of those things that I really, really enjoyed. He would like just give him the ball and like walk off. I'm like, well, is he mad at me or what? You know, but the good thing now, I think, with the Cub organization is the young guys you think going to be there for a long time, and I think that's going to help more free agent signings and the guys like Chapman wanting to come back for years to come.
You get around these ballparks now, part of the Mobile Super Tour, having a lot of fun with that. Obviously, minor league baseball's changed quite a bit from when you were going through it, late 70s, early 80s, and I know in your role with the Giants, you get to see some of the ballparks like this and like all the other ones you've been around, but being around minor league baseball the way you are now, what have you seen as some of the bigger differences that help these players? We've got a bunch of future Cardinals down here on our side and future Brewers over there in Wisconsin and the other dugout, but that helps them that maybe you guys didn't get to experience in the late 70s, early 80s.
Well, you know, I think the best thing, well, in my era when I played, this would be a major league stadium.
Right. Right.
You know, but the weird thing is all the information I think the guys get, you know, when they get to the ballpark and the equipment, but they probably guys said that before me. But I think now when you come to the ballpark and you got so much information on the other team and the teams that you're going to see in the future, and I think that helps so much for the guys to be prepared. And you find out that information even help the coaches, you know, and the managers and all the guys like that. But when the guys even come from college, man, they're more prepared, I think.
Right.
You know, that's where you find, you know, from the guys throwing 95, 6 miles an hour when they're coming out of high school and college because of the, you know, the equipment that they have to work with and the information that they get.
That's a big change too, and I'm sure you see it with some of your guys out there, the Giants too. But now you got all these guys on a rotation, 18, 19, 20 years old at a level like this where 95, 98, 99, 100, 101. And when you guys, that didn't happen. You had one or two of those guys on a roster rotation, and now all of a sudden you got that. You get a bullpen like Kansas City had last year as they won the World Series with 3 guys. The game was over in the 6th inning, so that's a big change from when you guys were throwing, you know, 2 inning saves, which doesn't happen anymore.
Well, you know, the one thing I look at is you find these guys that come in, and like I said, they are more prepared.
Yeah.
And the bullpen guys, I mean, we didn't have a bullpen coach. We had a guy just called us, you know, so they got to let you know who you're going to be facing next and things of that nature. But when I came up, Major League average fastball was 85, you know, and now I think the Major League average fastball is 91. So that means that guys like Greg Maddox wouldn't have got drafted.
Right, exactly.
Jamie Moore,
exactly. And his number's out on the wall here from playing here 30 years ago. So you're right. Those are the kind of guys, you know, John Tudor and those kind of guys in the 80s, great careers, and you're right. They probably would not have gotten a chance.
But those guys were pitching, and the one thing that I look at is, I think with the, you know, guys coming in from the 7th inning on, it makes that bullpen a little fresher. You know, if that team going to go to the playoffs. So you look at that situation where, like, you know, Rondon and those guys like that might have to pitch 2 innings to get there. And then now you have to take that other inning out of that scenario with them. And Joe Madden, if you can't play for Joe Madden, you don't need to put on a pair of shoes. I'm telling you, unbelievable guy.
Out there today, I know pregame signing some autographs with the Mobile Super Baseball Tour and interacting with the fans. What kind of stories are you hearing from the fans and signing autographs for them, taking pictures, interacting, having fun?
Well, the main thing is all the good things I hear about myself coming here from places I've been in, Bloomington and places like that. But I tell you what, man, I've been running with the people here at Super Mobile, and they are a class organization, man, and they do a lot of tours where you find so many guys who only want to do major league ballparks. These guys are doing like 30-something minor league parks and things like that. So that's where you grow major league, you will call it major league fans.
Right.
So that's what they're doing, and I think it's a really good thing, you know. But I tell you what, every time I get a chance to do something with them, it's really good. Like a thing to get back, to go to the small towns. I ask them where they're going from here. I think they're going to Scranton or somewhere like that, you know. So that's where I think the big Major League Baseball players are born, in the small towns.
You get out there and you guys got a guy throwing, you got a kid throwing a first pitch and you're catching. Is that what I hear?
Yeah. I hope he ain't throwing too hard now.
Well, hey, if it's one of these average fastballs you were just talking about, it's going to be coming 91.
I'm going to have to get the catcher's mitt out.
Yeah, you take some lessons from Jody Davis and some of those guys.
Well, he always
Tom Pagnozzi, right?
Jody always give me a hard time, but it's not that tough. I'm like, hey, man, I'm throwing like 96 on the black. They're like, hey, yeah, but I know where it's going. I'm like, hopefully they know where it's going.
Hopefully you know where it's going. Well, thanks for being here again. I'll see you up on the broadcast in a couple innings, but we thank you for being part of the Mobile Super Tour and being here in Peoria. We appreciate your time.
Well, I enjoy getting back here, man. Like I said, I feel like I'm at home.
All right, Lee Smith, thank you very much. We appreciate it. We get ready for baseball tonight. Do want to show you one thing we got here for tomorrow. If I will hold this up, we've got the Chris Archer T-shirt giveaway for tomorrow from the 2009 Chiefs. The next one in our series of the caricature T-shirts. So come out tomorrow. Actually, excuse me, this is next Friday with the Chris Archer T-shirt. Next Friday with the fireworks night. So we'll have that going. We got a big fireworks tonight. You can go up and buy tennis balls as well as we raise money here on the Pitch In for Charity. Fireworks coming up from Health Alliance as well. Lee Smith here. We thank you for coming out and spending your Saturday with us at Dozer Park.
Thank you.